Phenomenal on 2, and the problem may have occurred at 2. He may have thought he was going in too deep and lifted off the throttle a little bit, took away just a little bit of momentum, and then wasn't able to get to 3. I'm just, making guesses here.
No, yeah.
Been that, but could be. But great job on outside zone 2. Want to keep seeing that type of driving. They're just scraping the wall with just the edge of the bumper, not causing any real damage. Maybe scraping the wrap that's on there a little bit, but otherwise keeping the car in drift without making any steering corrections.
Well, this should be exciting here. A driver with a new team. This is first ever competition run for Adam LZ. Adam LZ in that AutoZone RTR Spec 5. LZ gets all the way out there, taps the bumper. It does disrupt him. It throws him off the second outside zone into that third outside zone. He was on it earlier in practice, off of that touch and go. So there you go. That is a perfect example of going a little too deep, disrupting the attitude of the car, throwing him out of shape, and that threw him off a second, third outside zone, touch and go, and even that inside clip. He will get a score, but watch it again.
Yeah, that's it. Again, this first corner kind of sets everything up. But it's so tricky. So you come around that corner hoping that you're going to get all the way out, and he did. He scraped it beautifully, but just didn't get the car to transition the way he wanted it to and get out to outside zone 2 or 3. He was quite a bit off of the touch and go here as well, and then inside clip 1 off also. So we're looking at throttle usage. He's on throttle. Let's look for some handbrakes. Do we see any? Throttle. All of that is good. His angle looks solid. So it's really just the line in this situation that isn't ideal. But momentum, throttle usage, lack of handbrake, all those things are going to be in his favor.
Doesn't have that X factor. I think if he did tap that wall and he ended up getting out to that second outside zone, I think he would fare a lot better. But unfortunately, that just threw him all out of whack. Car looks great. So happy that that he continued with that fade, the big stick fade. I like it. Great looking car. Going from a Sylvia S15 now to this RTR Spec 5. Brought to you by AutoZone. I think it's a smart move on everybody's behalf. He can just arrive and drive. He can do all his fun project cars, make his content, and really just have a shot.
Yeah.
Scores are in. There it is. Adam LZ with an 81. That's an 81 for Adam LZ. So congratulations to him. Adam LZ puts him in 9th position. So I believe we're not going to be seeing him later, but we will see him tomorrow in head-to-head competition where he lands. TBD for LZ.
He was not at fault. He technically wins, but does not move on to the next round of competition.
And that's the clarification I was looking for. Yeah. So thank you. Here we go. Right now, Adam LZ, AutoZone, RTR Spec 5D on Ditto tires, going versus Masayama in that Buy Now Japan Sylvia S15. Adam LZ, little handbrake pull there. Masayama tucks in. Adam LZ doesn't get all the way out there, but definitely looks good. Again, a little shallow on that outside zone 2 into outside zone 3. Consistently about the same distance off of all the outside zones. Let's see if we can dial it here on this inside clip. A little bit of scrub allowed Masayama to gain. Good run there from LZ, because this is where the real, guess what? Let's look at the run again.
Here's the run from LZ and Masuyama. You can see LZ on throttle at the right place after initiation. Could have been wider on 1, could have been wider on 2. Masuyama, good mimic in the chase, but he's not really following the line as well as we'd like to see. His nose is in a little bit too much. Right here, though, he tucks into the right position, gets around that inside clip without making contact with it. I think that LZ could have been wider, could have widened that whole drive out. Did a good job of getting to the zone in the right spot, but just not getting wide enough to it. You can see here outside zone 3, like you said, pretty consistent on how far off of all those zones he was. The 4 feet off maybe. Could have tightened that up a little bit. Masuyama, proximity-wise, did okay. Had to make a couple of compromises here and there.
Small differences shine a little less, right? So if Masayama was applying the pressure, I don't think it would have made LZ's kind of lack of proximity to the wall shine a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
potentially.
Yeah, so Masayama, he could have been closer. So right now, I think Adam LZ, he's feeling more comfortable in this Ford Mustang. He's had a lot of experience behind the wheel of it. Starting off at St. Louis Auto Show. Now here he is. He's going to apply the pressure that Buy Now Japan has seen. Masayama gets all the way out there. Adam LZ, early transition into outside zone 2. Trains out LZ.
Saves it
from the wall, but with that mistake, Masayama and LZ, unfortunately, you saw that. So Masayama continues. Looks like he will get the win with Adam LZ. something might have gone wrong there. I really don't think that was driver error.
We'll have to see
that was
the replay
interesting.
here.
Yeah, watch the transition. When he comes out of outside zone 1, he transitions and then it just kind of snaps back, almost like a little tank slapper.
Great run from Masuyama. Look how wide he got out to the zone 1, zone 2.
See how it comes out?
I don't know what happened there. We'd have to talk to somebody to see if they'll give us feedback on what they think happened.
Lorette, go talk to Adam.
Yeah,
See
go
that?
talk to Adam. I don't know what happened. That could have been a power steering thing. It could have been an engine turning off thing. I'm not really sure. Let's watch it from the drone initiation. Adam LZ was a little bit slow on his transition there. Could have been a little quicker, but Masuyama gets out wide on 1, great on 2.
See how it snaps back? Like he goes to rotate and transition into 2. 1, he was shallow going from 1 to 2, but then it just straightens out. Fortunately saved the nose to going in the, but watch it again. So here he goes, transition, boom, and then straightens out.
There we go. Yeah, that's lucky for him that he didn't end up in the tire wall. He managed to slow it down. He figured out what was happening early enough and got the car slowed down. So,
well, I think you know the outcome of this one. I know there's a lot of LZ fans in the building, but guess what? His